Hello, my name is Paul, and this is my video explanation for the DB assignment 14. Now I know it says 13 in the corner, but that's because I took the template for the video example for 13 and used it to help me out to complete DB 14. So yeah. Alright, so first thing I did was basically do the first thing I need to do, which is set up a connection string. And I made two MySQL connects since I have to draw from my users class for two different things, two different reasons. So I open both of the connects and I start off with the first one, which is asking the user for the username and password. I'm basically doing this for the first example to see if the user has the current login information for the database. So right here you can see as I am drawing from my class, my login class, to basically see if the user has a login information. I'm going to go over to my user class and show you guys my my login information. So here's my standard, public string, creating a public string that has all of these requirements: user ID, first name, last name, password, date of birth, gender, occupation. Further down, I have my getter set in place. Further down, I have everything that I want to display. Then I have my login information. So I have my select string and everything I want to show, which is similar to my display table. Further down, I am creating a binding variable for the username and password, because these are the things that are going to get changed. And of course, my username is operating in a password encryption. Okay, further down we have the if the row exists, and if the row exists, it's going to pull all of these things into play: the username, the last name, the first name, date of birth, gender, etc., etc. Then I have everything in a console right line, basically bringing everything out. And as you can see, I have emphasis on my username and password, as they're going to be a string, because those strings are going to get pulled out. And then that's pretty much it. And then I have a contention put in place. If the login fails, then let's get you a new user input. So bang. Then on top of that, well, actually I'm gonna run that before I explain the second half. So we're gonna do logging in. We're gonna log in, debug. I don't know why I was struggling in the world. It's quite late and I'm tired. All right, so we're going to do similar to what we did in the last video for DB12, and I'm going to pull things from Colt. I'm going to pull information from Colt. So just waiting for the black screen to pop up, and then we're going to get started for this example. All right, so it should pop up and ask me the username. So we're going to go in here, we're going to pull this username up, we're going to copy it, and we're going to paste it. Cool. Hit enter. Now it's asking me for my password. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So we're going to copy this password, and then we're going to paste it. Hit enter, and bang, we got all the information from Colt, similar to the last video. All right, so we're going to exit out of here. We're going to exit out of here. Well, no, we're not going to exit out here. Just going to shrink that. All right, so we know that our login information works. But if it doesn't work, then we need to create a new user. So we're going to keep the password and the user ID. Well, not user ID, the username. And then we're basically going to ask them to enter their first name, their last name, their gender, their occupation ID, and the year, month, and date. And then we're going to take that, and then we're going to basically open it up. And then when we open it up, I'm going to use my user display for all this information, for the input for the first name, input for the last name, basically everything I put an input in that I asked the user to put an input in for. We're going to bring it up all in, and we're going to use the display to flush it out. So let me show you over in user table how that works. Here we go. So bang, we have my SQL statement, which is basically going to be full of what the user inserts, because the user insert is going to create our new line, our new user. So we have all this information, all this stuff, everything that has the @ symbol, user ID, all this stuff is going to be new. Then after that, we got new SQL, and we got the string guide, which is basically going to bring everything together, which is basically the user ID, user first name, user password, username, user ID, all that stuff. And then we're going to bring it down and we're going to put a close because we want to close that out. I don't want to have to open it no more. I want that broken off. And then basically it's going to get saved. It's basically letting you know, hey, your stuff is saved now. So we're going to run it. All right. So I'm going to, let's put my initials, which is my first initial is a P, middle initial is a D, and my last initial is an M. Go ahead, enter, and let's put 2018 for the year as my password. Pretty bad password, but hey, it's just to prove a point. All right, so we're gonna put my first name lowercase, my last name lowercase. I'm putting them all as lowercase because I kind of ran this a couple times, so the system already has my last name and first name, and I just want to distinguish this one from the rest. Enter again. So my gender, we're gonna put M for male. Occupation, let's put 475. I don't know why 475, I just chose 475. And then date of birth, all as if it was one word. So we're gonna put 1993-0314. We're gonna hit enter. Now, for some reason, this error has been popping up, but the code has been input into the database. And what I'm gonna do to prove that is I'm gonna just pull this code out from the database. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into query, and as you can see, I've been playing around with it. We want, what do we want? We want the username, we want the password. I want to put this in order. So we want the username, we want the password, we want first name, we want last name, we want gender, and we want the occupation ID. Occupation ID. And is that everything that we want? Oh yeah, and we want date of birth. So we're gonna put another comma, and we're gonna put DOB. All right, so that's all the things we're gonna want, and we're pulling this from our user table, and we want the username to be PDM. So let's put PDM, and oops, that's not how you run it. This is how you run it. All right, and bing, as you can see, it has all the information I put. I don't really know why this error pops up and won't display my information, but as you can see, it is running perfectly well, and it did input all the information I put in. As you can see, we have my username, which is PDM. We have the year, well, the password, which is 2018. My first name, Paul, last name, Munford. My gender, M. My occupation, which is 475. And the year, month, and date of my birth. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I was able to explain everything well. And sorry, I really couldn't figure out the error. I tried really hard at it, but I just couldn't figure it out for the life of me. Have a good day. Thank you.